Tedesco. I haven't seen him play much better than he is at the moment.
He wound the clock back to the point that now people are talking about him to see if he can take the jersey off Edwards.
Edwards, yeah. That's an amazing comeback.
It is.
To lose your jersey at that age and then fight your way back.
I think the one thing when Tedesco puts it together, he's probably got the best balance of all the fullbacks of that hard work in the yardage part of the field and then the finesse at the other end. So when you can have 20 runs, have 200 metres, 10 of those runs, helping the kick return, the other 10 setting up tries, that's where the balance is. Like you think about Turbo and Edwards, when they put it together, they've got that good balance. And Tedesco, pinball mentality, good skill. He was brilliant.
Big decision coming out for Laurie because Edwards was good on the weekend.
Yeah, look, I think Edwards is the fullback. And Teddy's doing all the right things, but I think Edwards gets the nod.
We're going to talk about To'o in a minute.
Yep.
As we move on to Nathan Cleary, but I can see Edwards has really missed To'o. That's a really good 1-2 combination. Oftentimes you see they'll get there and Brian will bring it back on a kick return. Yeah. Edwards will go play 2. To'o will go play 3. They just dominate the yardage sets.
It's funny when Origin's around the corner, the gun players rise a little bit in club level. Edwards went again. Nathan went really well. I think the Origin selection around the corner just makes good players stand up a little bit. Cleary was the other outstanding performance.
Nathan Cleary, his performance. Last week we spoke about him with his cross plays, 1 under, 2 under, and how it had led. He lost some thrust upfield. To this week, Coop, I've rarely seen him play so straight. There was a marked change in his football, and it worked so well. He just kept peeling the Broncos short, particularly on the left-hand side of the field. Made a big difference to us.
See that over-exaggeration as a half? It's the space that Alamotti needs to score. This one here, see how he just dives back to the right, the space is created on the left. So when we talk about playing north-south, the whole idea of that is the more direct you can play in the middle of the field is the centimetre or the metre that the outside players need. And I always sort of talk about if you think you're playing square, you're actually not square enough. So over-exaggerate that squareness actually sets you on game day a straighter compass because he was obviously gun barrel straight and down that left-hand side, it was the difference between scoring tries and not.
Made a big difference to his outside men. Made a big difference to his young players, particularly Blaze Tulangi. It just gave Blaze just a little bit more room and it allowed them to simplify their football. Yesterday, there wasn't as many complex sequences, if that makes sense. I've thought that oftentimes, and I love the complexity of their football. It's great to watch the science of it. But bringing a young guy into a team and wearing the 6 and trying to find his way, he can get lost in that, and I've seen that. But on the weekend, they were able to simplify, and he was really good. The combinations, Coops, are starting to form.
Yeah. I think the simplicity of things is probably why Craig Bellamy's been super successful over a long period of time, because it doesn't matter if you're a 300 gamer or a new player. If you keep it simple, there's more understanding of how you want to play. And I think the Panthers did 2 things. Nathan played way more direct and they simplified their football in terms of just keeping it to 1 or 2 things to do well, as opposed to, we're really good at these 6 plays, let's do that. They were just doing the same things but doing it better than the Broncos, and that was the difference between getting 4 points.
And getting that, simplifying the game plan is going to be really important during the Origin period, because they've got to keep winning now.
Yeah, they do.
And to not have a Nathan, not have Isaiah, it's going to find, they can't play that complex with the guys they're going to put in. So, and I tell you what, let's talk about what we think of them going forward now, because I imagine after the weekend's performance, a lot of opinions have changed. Maybe not completely, but a lot of people are putting the line straight through them, and I think they adjusted that.
Yeah.
Particularly when you see they've got Mitch Kenny to come back, and the one they really have really missed, and you could see it early in the game, was Brian To'o.
Yeah.
To'o's, just about the best yardage player in the game. And early in the game against the Broncos, they just couldn't get forward on play 1 and 2. They couldn't get traction at all. And that's watching the first 15, 20 minutes yesterday really highlighted to me how much they've been missing Brian To'o.
Yeah, this one here, Zayo hardly ever gets picked up and put on his back. The thing I like about what Brian To'o does, two sideways here, and this was after the first 20 minutes of the game, but then they went more direct. The thing I like about Brian To'o is his ability to do it from the first effort to his last effort in the game.
Yeah.
It allows Isaiah Yeo and Moses Leota like an extra couple of metres of time and the ability to get some more energy and refuel in the tank, because Brian To'o is a lock for 20 runs, 200 metres. If your front rower has to have an extra couple of efforts, it just chews up the petrol tank quicker.
It does, yes.
Yeah, and defensively it hurts them as well. So not only will Edwards get the benefit of To'o, I think Isaiah Yeo and Moses Leota will definitely see improvement in their game too.